Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks very much for purchasing the very first Apothecary Box by Harriet Herbery. So I've spent a long time putting the contents together, so I really hope that you love them as much as I've enjoyed putting them together for you. The first July box, here it is, and hopefully you'll have received it now, ready in time to watch this as I reveal the contents. This box I decided to put together because it's freezing cold and winter and horrible, so I thought this would be a really nice box to support you during the winter months, to be able to support the immune system and help you feel as great as you can be. So I've carefully curated this month's box and planned the next few months' boxes so that you've got everything that you need for every month according to the seasons and of course all the seasonal changes. So in this July box we're going to lift this up and you're going to find 3 essential oils, some samples of some beautiful herbs, a nourishing cruelty-free vegan cream sample, and a beautiful crystal that will support you during the middle of winter. What I want to just have a little chat about is how to use the oils before we have a look at them. So at this point in the apothecary journey, I'd suggest to use the oils in a diffuser. There's a couple of diffusers that I recommend which I have in stock on the Harriet Herbery website. One of them's got a timer, which is really cool for people with kids around. They've both got USB plugs, so you can use them in the computer or in any other USB plugs, or you can put them in a charger in the wall. I keep mine in the USB, in the iPhone charger in the wall. If you've got kids around and you're going to diffuse the oils in their room, I would suggest to do it for only 15 to 30 minutes and then always have an hour's break. My whole mantra with aromatherapy is less is more. So you don't need to be diffusing these all day long, every day. You know, an hour is completely suffice for an adult, and then have a little bit of a break and then put them on again. You'll end up with olfactory fatigue. We talk about this in some of the workshops and webinars, and I'll touch on it over the next few months and put up some more webinars for you guys as well. But yeah, I think that the diffuser is probably the best way to go about it for the moment. In the coming months, you're going to start receiving some more accessories for the apothecary, so then you'll be able to use the oils in more ways than just the diffuser, and I'm sure some of you already do anyway, so you might be using them in carrier oils, in personal inhalers. I'm going to start sending out some beakers, aromatherapy droppers, so that you can start carefully blending them all yourselves, and I'll teach you all of that along the way as well. So it'll be really fun. Thank you so much for joining on this journey. It's really, really exciting. If you want more information on the oils and the herbs and the crystals that are in this month's box, I've put a link up on the blog on this page where you're watching it from, so that then you can purchase them online if you want some more. You can have a look at the profiles. I've also included a special discount at the end of this page. That's for an upcoming a webinar that we've got at the moment on how to create a natural medicine kit, and it's really cool, and it goes through a whole heap of different herbs, a whole heap of different oils, different seeds to plant, especially specific to Australia, so that you can start creating a medicinal herb garden for yourself and being self-sufficient. I really, really want this to be the aim of the box, is that everybody is then self-sufficient and understands that there's all these other amazing ways that we can use to heal ourselves and feel better. What I've done with this discount code is that then you can get $15 off the normal price for the webinar. So have a look at that, and hopefully I'll see you on there. It's really cool. There's been about 300 or 400 people that have viewed it in the last couple of months, and I've been teaching it around Australia this year, and it's a really fun workshop. Next month, a few people will be receiving a few free boxes for the August box, so have a look at that as well. So just make sure that if you're enjoying all, I really want to hear what you think of all of these boxes, of course. I hope that you love them as much as I do. Share the contents on social media, maybe on your Facebook or Instagram page. Just tag Harriet Herbery and hashtag Harriet Herbery and the Apothecary Box, and then we're going to pick a couple of winners, so then we'll refund your next August box for free for a few people. So get involved, why not? The first oil that we've got here we are, Cedar Wood. It's the Atlas Cedar Wood oil. This, the botanical name, and you can view you that on the profile on the Harriet Herbery website, where there's a link on this page for you. It's called Cedar Atlantica. It's extracted from the wood of the tree. Generally from quite older wood is the best type of wood, similarly with most oils. The therapeutic actions of this oil are antiseptic, astringent, diuretic, expectorant, insecticide and sedative. So traditionally it's been used for its astringent and antiseptic properties. It can help to strengthen hair growth, alleviate dandruff, and it can help for your skin with acne and other associated skin conditions. I use it a lot for respiratory blends. It's also it's quite generally considered a safe oil for kids, so I use it in some of the kids' blends as well. For respiratory conditions such as coughs, bronchitis, and just as a general germ clearer along with some other oils. You can also use it for arthritis, cystitis, and as I said, dermatitis and stress. So Julia Lawless talks about quite a bit of that. I've linked her book on there. She's a really awesome person to have a look at as well. The strength of the aroma is medium to strong. Have a little smell of it now if you like while you're watching this. It's got a really woody smell and sort of balsamic, and it's quite sweet as well. It's really lovely. It's nice on its own. I mix it with some other oils which you'll see in the recipes section. The other single oil that I've put into the box, I've put in there for a very important reason, so that you can actually blend these two oils first up. So welcome to the Apothecary. Here's Cedar Wood Atlas and Nioli. And Nioli works really well in conjunction with cedarwood. If you've got some lavender and sweet orange, you might like to have all of those in a nice little blend together as well. So you can just put 2 drops of each of these into your diffuser, and it'll really be a really magnificent blend for you during winter. So Nioli is probably one of the sort of lesser known oils in the world, in terms of lay people not knowing it. It's called Melaleuca quinquenervia. I always get that a bit wrong. So that's also steam distilled from the wood. It's a really, really magnificent tree that's dotted all around Australia, mainly throughout New South Wales and Queensland. There's a couple of countries that now produce it, with the best oil normally coming out of Madagascar. You'll probably recognise the flowers from it. You can see on the picture and on the page as well. So in my aromatherapy clinic, I use it quite a lot for blends where I'm cleaning wounds, minor wounds that is, and any minor burns. It can also be used to assist with muscular aches and pains, and I use it in blends to help with the relief of arthritis as well. So you can see there's some real marrying of the therapeutic actions of the two of those oils, in terms of them being great for winter, but also in terms of them being great for arthritis and all these other conditions. So I've put here as well, it's steam distilled. This particular one that you've received today is certified organic. Some of the other actions are analgesic, anti-rheumatic, antiseptic, bactericide, decongestant, insecticide, stimulant, vermifusion, vulnerary. I'll put a list of these key actions up. They're currently in the webinar for the Creating a Natural Medicine Kit. You'll receive an index listing what all of the actions mean for different oils and herbs. So it's quite a handy print out to have. Beautiful oil. So I really hope that you love it. You can use it as well on your skin, diluted at around 3% for acne and boils. I've used it really successfully for that. The other areas that it's really good for is chronic and acute sinusitis and bronchitis. So you can use that as an inhaler in a couple of months, or maybe next month you'll be receiving a personal inhaler. It's a blank inhaler that's similar to what you might see with the Vicks inhalers or something, where you sniff it in. You can then put your own drops of essential oils into that, and then you can sniff it up. I find myself personally, I get a lot of sinus from where I live. I'm allergic to some of the plants around here, so I find that Nioli is really amazing to help me personally support that. Cedarwood's beautiful to put into the shower in the mornings. It helps sort of reinvigorate you and wake you up. It's got really good antihistamine properties in it, and as does the Neoli. Neoli also has really good anti-allergenic properties. So you might find that you might want to just drop a couple of drops of each of those into the shower in the morning. It'll just completely clear your head, relieve all your sinuses and make you feel fabulous. So they're two beautiful oils. I've also put here the third oil. I've chosen to give you a synergy blend from the Harriet Herbery Apothecary. This one's probably one of my best sellers. It's the Anxiety Synergy Blend, and it may assist in reducing states associated with anxiety. So you can just sniff that from the bottle, or you can put it into your diffuser. Generally you won't need to put it on for any more than an hour, and then you have that break and then you can put it on again. So the Anxiety Blend, you can have a look online for more of that, but it's got 100% pure essential oils of lavender, ylang ylang, rosewood and bergamot. It's definitely one of my favourites, and as I said, with the personal inhalers, which you can get online if you want to, you can get them in packs of 5. They're really handy to have. A lot of my clients use the Anxiety Blend in a personal inhaler so they can just keep it in their pocket. It's a really, really handy way to just be able to cruise around. If you feel an anxiety attack coming on, you just basically sniff that out and feel fabulous after that. Next we've got Sambucus nigra. This is a lovely little sample pack for you, and it perfectly fits the winter theme. Sambucus nigra is also known as elderberries. They're probably the most popular herb that we have in the apothecary, and they're packed with therapeutic action. So they've got antiviral, immune enhancing and antioxidant actions in them. I've put a couple of recipes online that you can make, and you can make them with this amount that you've got in your pouches. I've put on there that there's 15 grams sample only, but in fact there's probably around 20 grams. So you can put those into a saucepan with some hot water and then follow on the recipes that you might like to do. You might like to try the elderberry syrup, which is called the flu fighter. It's really, really amazing for this time of year. Or you might feel absolutely amazing to just eat some chocolate elderberry syrup, and then you can put it on that. So it's a really nice way to get better by having the elderberries, but also have a nice treat of chocolate too, because who doesn't want some chocolate? I use raw cacao powder in mine. I don't have any animal products, so you can adjust it as you need with what you want, but it's really, really tasty. You will probably want a kilo of elderberries in your pantry for the rest of your lives. The next thing that I've put in here is the rose geranium and lily pilly body moisturizer. That's just a nice little sample so that you can have all of your beautiful oils diffusing, drinking all of your lovely elderberry syrup, and then you can just sit down and put some lovely moisturizer on yourself as a little sample. So this is a certified cruelty-free vegan body cream, and it's infused with rose geranium and the Australian bush extract of lily pilly. It's a really nourishing bush extract, so that's an indigenous bush extract that's found in the northern parts of Australia. It's beautiful. Rose geranium's got a really uplifting and refreshing scent, and I just thought that I have a lot of beautiful creams here, but I just thought of all of them, when you're feeling all yucky in winter, it's kind of nice to remind yourself of the spring to come. So there you go. I hope that you really enjoy that. There's 250ml bottles of those online. That's what they normally sell in, and you can find them on there. I've put a couple of different crystals in for this month. So you'll either have received one of these beautiful Moonstone bracelets, or some form of amethyst, a tumbled stone. So there's a couple of reasons that I've put those in there. So I've put the moonstones in because they're actually the crystal for the month of July. So it seemed pretty perfect to put it into this first box. And it's really nice to wear a little pretty bracelet, isn't it? I've put a whole heap of different information up on the blog about the different actions of these two crystals for the moonstones and the amethysts. So I won't go into them too much now. I'd just encourage you to have a little look as to why I've put them in there. But they're both perfectly fitting for July, and really just what a nice addition to your apothecary. So if you don't fancy wearing them, I'd suggest just put them into your new apothecary space. I feel that they really enhance the whole actions of different oils and herbs that are going on as well. If we're looking at crystals, we're looking at the whole intent behind them. I've put a recipe up there for making crystal elixirs. When you do that, I really want you to just think about what you want at the end of making that, and then you can make your crystal elixirs. It's a really easy and fun thing to do. And you can get the kids involved too if you've got kids. It's a nice little moon activity to do with them. So thanks very much. If you want to learn more this month, please have a look at the webpage on the blog on the apothecarybox.com.au. That'll link you through to different pages in the Harriet Herbery space. And as well, as I said, there's a whole bunch of webinars that are coming up. There's some at the moment. You can get a $15 voucher for them. And of course, if you love it, please let your friends know, let everybody know, and then you can possibly be in the running to get your next box for free. So please remember to take photos, give reviews online, and yeah, let me know what you think. I can't wait to hear from you. Just a little sneak peek, what will August look like? So August is the last month of winter, so we're preparing for September, which will be spring. So in my mind, we really need to ensure that we're feeling loved and nurtured, and we're getting over all sicknesses and horrible cold weather that's going on, and rugging up and just feeling good about ourselves. So I'd like you to start thinking about that box might contain beautiful things for self-love, self-nurture, respecting yourself, having just a little bit of time out with beautiful things that you can then adorn yourself with and feel fabulous about. That's the theme of that. And there'll be a few really fabulous blogs to support that as well. And I can't wait to hear from you all. Thank you so much for being part of the Apothecary Box. And lots of love, light and blessings from Laura and the Harriet Herbery team. Love you all. Bye.